We're live. We're here.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray!
Hey.
Podcast.
Yeah,
We did it.
podcast.
Week 8 of being sick.
Please stop dying.
Yeah, I would love to. I wish I could.
Me too.
So what I'm bummed out with. So I go to Arizona this weekend. I leave Friday evening,
Okay.
and that's when Dragon Ball Z's showing up.
No.
I'm not gonna get to play it till like Sunday.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I wonder what
Yeah.
that unlocks.
10 a.m. our time.
God
I
damn it.
thought I saw something that the PC one actually got pushed or something. Is that true?
I have no idea. In a way, I kind of don't care, because Monster Hunter is in, like... Well, it's out now, essentially. No, in an hour. But, like... So, I was hoping to do a little bit of Dragon Ball tonight, like at midnight or something.
It says this game will unlock in approximately 13 hours.
Fuck. God damn
Yeah.
it.
So 10 a.m. our time.
Ugh.
I know,
Well-
I'm not impressed either.
I guess that'll be Sunday. Oh, well. Digital only bullshit.
Actually, speaking of which, so I just like 2 weeks ago or whatever, boxed up my Wii U.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way I'm playing this thing. This thing's dead.
Yeah, totally.
Then for whatever reason, GameStop put Tokyo Mirage Sessions on sale for like $20.
Okay. You should have just waited for the re-release.
Part of me actually thought like, watch this one come out on Switch, and I actually am happy for it. But who knows?
I would play that way more on the Switch. Just can't sit
That's
down
like
and dedicate time to that.
That's such a niche game. Like, why would they bring that one back?
Because
It's like the world-
the
that's
only
all they
way.
do.
That's
For it.
it's
That's
the
all
only
Atlas
way,
is known for, is niche.
and it's the only
So-
way those people with a Switch would ever get to play a Persona type game. Really?
True. Oh, like I
Well,
said,
no, Shin Megami Tensei is coming out for it.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
but the first one.
5.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, if it comes out on Switch before I start playing it on the Wii U, which could very well happen because I don't really plan to plug my Wii U in,
Right.
then I'll just get it again. It was $20. It's not like I bought the game full retail twice. And obviously, I'd prefer to play it on the Switch. But anyway, I'm fine with having it for the Wii U. Anyway, point was, so I had to do like the whole. They're not selling it online. You have to check store availability. So I found a store relatively close that had it. And I phoned them up just to make sure, and I'm like, hey, do you have Tokyo Mirage Sessions? And they're like, oh yeah, we have it used. And I'm just rolling my eyes, like, of course you mentioned used first. And I was like, well, do you have it new? Oh yeah, we have it new. And I was like, cool, what's the price? Because I wanted to make sure the price was the same.
Yeah.
Well, it's $30 used and $20 new.
Of course. Makes sense.
I was like, okay, well, I'd like the new one. Oh, we don't have the box for it. We must have lost it when we moved buildings. So I'm like, well, can I have a used box with the new game? Yeah, I guess. I mean, you can just buy the used one if you want. No, I'm good. I'd like the new copy if that's fine. But yeah, this guy just would not stop it with the used stuff over and over again. Anyway, and it had to be my my girlfriend picking it up because it was actually close to her work, so she went on her lunch break, and she was like, "Man, they tried to make me buy a membership so much. Like, how could they not tell? I had no idea what the hell they were talking about." But I specifically texted her. I was like, "Don't let them trick you into buying some scratch protection or
Yeah.
a goddamn Funko Pop."
No, Funko Pops are fine. They're okay. You have to know. You have to know in your heart if you're willing to spend the money on it. Just don't be a
Yeah.
sucker.
Only the good Funko Pops. There's like a couple nice ones. They're usually the ones that don't have the eyes visible.
They're basically the really good Funko Pops are anything that's not humanoid, essentially. Usually,
Yes. I just don't like. I don't like the way they look.
that's totally fair. Some of
And
them
there's a million of them. There's like a million of them.
there are literally a million of them. More so in the world if you count doubles.
Sure, yeah. I just like everywhere you look, there's a Funko Pop, and every day a new one comes out.
Yeah.
So, people are saying the Cuphead ones are pretty good. I've actually heard that the Cuphead ones actually look fine.
Those look
because
cool.
Cuphead kind of looks like a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
So-
I kind of like the Mega Man Pixel Pals, which are like basically Funko Pops.
I'm not into those Cuphead Funko Pops. I just Googled.
The Cuphead ones, no. Actually, I haven't seen one myself. I'll Google this too.
Mr. Dice is probably the only one, and maybe the Devil.
Oh fuck yeah, Mr. Dice.
Oh yeah, I actually hadn't seen these. Yeah, I don't like these either.
What are the ones right next to it though?
Just the Cuphead vinyl collectibles.
Yeah, those look way better.
Is that not what you're talking
they
about?
just look like Cuphead.
Let me look up Funko. I don't know
The
if I've seen
Funko
this
Pop
now.
one looks like it'd
Holy
be like a
shit,
weird,
that
like,
looks terrible.
like weird, like
No,
when
no,
you
no,
find
no.
it in China, weird knockoff. Like
No.
this is like the Android App Store version.
This
clone.
isn't the one I was talking about. It's this vinyl collectibles Funko one.
Oh, so this is just Funko, not Funko Pop. There's
Right.
actually a brand difference.
Funko, I think, are just the people that create them, but they're like Pop is just like they're shitty mass
So Pop
produced.
is when they want it to look like garbage.
They have to. Yeah, I think they all fit a
These
style.
regular Funkos look real nice, but
They're
the
so
Funko Pops
good.
look like garbage.
See, that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're really good.
So then,
But
what
yeah,
are
the
there
Funko
other
Pops are
Funkos
bad.
then?
Huh? Yeah.
Are there
I
other
think so.
Funkos? Like
I think
I went
so.
to Funko.com.
Okay.
These
I don't
all
know.
just look like
I just went to
Funko Pop.
Google image search
So
and got the
yeah.
two.
This Hey Arnold Funko Pop looks bad.
Yeah.
This
probably.
Scrooge McDuck one looks all right.
There's a Walmart exclusive Funko Pop of Cuphead, and it's just him being surprised with milk splashing out of his head.
Yeah, I think the Funko Pop are like they're all supposed to adhere to a certain style, which
Like trash.
yeah, better or worse can look okay or bad depending on what the actual thing is. But like, yeah, I thought you talking about the vinyl collectibles or whatever Cuphead that I saw. I didn't know they released like a Funko Pop version of it that looks like melted plastic.
That's
Oh, by the
difference.
way.
Apparently you have to split the two.
I have to make a callback, Sean, to when you told me, I think it was even on air, about that bootleg stuff Twitter, because that's been my favorite Twitter account to look at.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
good.
So just like I was saying, these Funko Pops look like something you would see on there.
Yeah, they totally do.
Yeah, it's a good Twitter account for sure.
Yeah, it's really good.
Another one, kind of same vein, is let me make sure I get the full spelling right. Real quick, okay. So it's just at Shitty Mario,
Okay, yeah.
and these are just pictures of like off-brand Marios that people find and send to this person, and then they retweet them. And it's basically just bootleg Marios, and it's also really great.
Yeah. Shitty Mario is pretty good.
Yep. Anyway, so I got Tokyo Mirage Sessions on Wii U.
Good for you.
The box has all that nice sticker residue near the edge.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
so that's a thing. But whatever.
Yep.
And maybe one day that'll go inside of a game console.
I don't believe it, but yep, it could.
Yeah, I don't quite believe it either, but I tell myself I'll play it just like I tell myself I'll finish Tales of Berseria one day. But I'm saying I'm going to finish Tales of Vesperia one day too. So
Yep.
don't hold your breath.
None of these things are gonna happen.
I'll play it when it comes to the Switch, I guess.
Sure.
But I won't be happy about it.
Why
Then
would
I'd
you
be I'd be a hypocrite if I was. So
You already are.
I've got
hypocrite,
to
Sean, it's okay.
put my foot down.
Yeah.
No more Wii U ports.
No, all the Wii U ports. Give me
It's
every
my-
game.
Every single one.
That's
Every
my
one.
campaign. That's my presidential campaign stance.
You could win on that. I've seen
You
people
elect
win with
me,
less.
I won't let any more Wii U games come to
Really?
your Switch.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
top-down perspective. January 25th. We're almost done the first month. This month seems like it went by fast.
Yeah, I agreed.
Sean, I'm gonna give you some good news. There's only about 235 Wii U physical copy games out there, so we're almost done porting them all to the Switch.
We got about 200 more of them to go, and then the whole catalog will be over there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
And then they'll start on like Wii games, probably.
And then the Wii U versions of it are going to be like super rare collectibles that are actually super expensive for anybody who wants them. It's going to be great. Good time.
John's here, Paul's here, I'm here.
Hi.
And I didn't play anything this week. John, what did you play this week?
I played a bunch of things. I played Iconoclasts, which came out Tuesday. That's a real good game. This is made by Konjac, the guy who's known for the Noitu Love games. This is a game I talked about at PAX East a couple years ago. It's basically like a Metroidvania style game with like some really nice sprite work, some really good storytelling. It's just like overall a super solid game. I don't really know what else to say without kind of going into too much spoilers, but like you have like a chargeable blaster, you have a wrench which you can use to do platforming tricks. You get party members every now and then that'll help you out with combat and bosses. The bosses so far have been really good, and like the exploring's been fun. I don't know what else to say, but like it's a really good game. You should check it out.
Yeah, this is one I've been keeping my eye on, but time crept up on me. I didn't realize it was out already.
Yeah, it came out Tuesday, and it's been in the works for I think 10 years. I think is what they said online.
Jesus.
Yeah. Paul needed
crazy.
12 years to get ready.
I needed 12. I'm still not ready. 2 more years will be good.
Yeah, he'll play it in 2020 on the Switch.
I would love to play this on the Switch. So
a lot of people have been saying that, so don't be surprised. I mean, that's like the running thing now is like port come to Switch because everyone wants it.
Yep,
for
sure.
That's kind of like with our Patreon poll that's currently going on. Not to plug that, patreon.com/topdownperspective.
Right. Not to plug the Patreon.
Pick the bad time for a drink.
Yeah. But Hollow Knight's winning, which is great. I want to play Hollow Knight. But part of me is like, if we keep pushing it off, eventually it'll be on the Switch. They've already said Q1 2018.
I'm a little annoyed it isn't out already on the Switch. I think
it got pushed. I think it got delayed.
It did.
Oh. So I guess 2 more months before end of Q1. Anyway.
Yep.
Iconoclasts looks real nice. This art style is cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Very colorful.
On Monday, I ended up completing Bust a Move, the puzzle game with Bub and Bob on it. So
okay.
Yeah, are you doing another like 52 games?
Yeah, this year I made them for 64.
64. Okay.
Yep.
And Bust a Move was game number 4.
All right. So you're currently at about 4 games for 1 month.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to speed up a bit.
Yeah. Well, we got one more stream left before the end of this month, though.
Okay.
Every Monday we do these, so. I lost 2 Mondays so far this month, so we're a little behind.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you've done 4 in 2 episodes or episodes, whatever,
exactly.
Then that's fine because you need to do more than 1 a week.
Well, the bummer is like this week we only got 1 done because the other game I tried to do this week was Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn and I guess 360.
Yeah.
And that game is a lot harder than I realized. And I also didn't realize your stats didn't save when you died, so you had to start from scratch. So
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so we tried twice, and I let the chat choose my path. And unfortunately, we got to like the last stage or the second last stage both times and just couldn't finish it.
Are you eventually, like each year, just going to raise this until you beat every game that comes out in a year?
I don't think that's physically possible.
Okay. So I'm going to take that as a no then.
That is a very much a no.
Okay.
64 is probably going to be the sweet spot. I wouldn't be surprised if I kept it at that number and just kept tweaking my goals a bit.
Right.
Because like I want to do like 10 NES games, 10 SNES games, blah, blah, blah.
Is the next one like 360?
God, no. How would that even work? That'd be more than a game a day, or like because I
that'd be about a game a day, a little more than a game a day.
Because I wouldn't stream every day.
I don't know. I was just trying to think like what's the next video game number after 64, and 360 jumped into my head.
360. Small leap.
Slight leap there. Slightly.
Well, say another one. Say one in between.
128, which is the Jaguar.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. It's not called the Jaguar 128. Why don't you do the...
Or wait, or was the Jaguar 256? Either way, it's not as high as 360.
Okay.
Yep.
No, but yeah,
how about 2600 for the Atari?
No. God, no. Unless all of them are like 2600 game length, then maybe.
Okay, I'm just
gonna count every mini micro game in a Wario game as one separate game, and that'll help.
Even
that's still like even then that's like how many micro games are there in a WarioWare game? Maybe let's say on the high end 200, right? That's still not even like a third of what you need to get done.
I just realized how many games 2600 would actually be.
2600.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's like a third of my collection, which is bad.
That's twice as many games as like Paul has on Steam. You'd have to play through every one of them.
Okay, yeah. Have to play through every single one multiple times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
So what you're saying is you'll do this in like 4 years.
God, no. Yeah, Garden Heroes, great game. Beat 'em up, multiple lane game, 2-player co-op. You have an AI partner you control, 4 different characters you can pick from, and you can unlock more along the way. Really fun, highly recommend it. It's got a 360 port, which is a lot more accessible, and I believe it also got moved to Xbox One recently.
It's interesting that you played this one, because I was actually going to buy this a couple weeks ago when I was playing on the 360 again.
Yeah, I heard the 361 might actually be the one that saves your stats.
Okay.
So I might have just got them confused. I'm not 100% on that. But that would definitely make it easier than the Saturn one. I just wanted to play it on the original hardware.
Sure. Makes sense.
Otherwise, last night we did a bunch of Dead Space 2 multiplayer on Steam.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
This was really silly. So it's basically Left 4 Dead, where one half is just a bunch of humans trying to accomplish a bunch of goals and escape, and the other half are just like the necromorphs trying to murder them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4v4. The whole point is that you basically just keep throwing necromorphs at the humans until they run out of time in accomplishing their goals. They have a strict time limit, and each objective adds more to the clock. So, like, preventing them from doing anything counts for an easy win. And then obviously you swap sides, and then you see how that goes.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly fun and surprisingly not running that bad. Probably because no one is playing the servers for Dead Space 2 right now.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I think that might be the exact same multiplayer as Singularity has.
Maybe it wouldn't.
Singularity was class based, but I think the enemy played as whatever while one team was trying to get some objectives done. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that was surprisingly fun and totally worth it. Except the problem is, the more someone levels up, the more weapons they get or the more perks they get. And some of those perks include just straight up getting the line gun. So it feels like it's a lot more weighted towards the humans than the necromorphs, which kind of makes sense.
Sure.
But I'm assuming the necromorphs have more lives. They can just keep coming?
Both sides can just keep respawning.
Oh, okay.
It's all just time-based. That's the only limit. Humans, the more they level up, the more like med kits and stasis packs they get. Healing also heals anyone nearby you in like an area of effect, but you can slow down humans by like jumping on top of them and like pinning them down, so they have to like wrestle you off.
Okay.
You have 4 different types of necromorphs, and you get 2 weapons to choose from if you're a human: the pulse rifle and just whatever you unlock from leveling up. Yeah, it was fun. I would probably be willing to do more of it. We had made like 30, 40 people playing last night.
Nice.
So we had a nice, good rotation. It was really good. But other than that, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Except for like some crossword games on my phone.
Nice.
Crosswords.
I do love crosswords. They're real good.
I'm terrible at crosswords.
I started playing Wordscapes, I think is what it's called. It's like you get a pile of letters and you just have to figure out how many different words you can make with those letters.
Oh, it's Boggle.
Yeah, you know what? It's Boggle, but it's also displayed on a crossword, so like you'll get hints about what letters can make up other words.
Okay.
Also, you get a lot less letters than Boggle. Like I'm at 6 letters.
Okay. Yeah, there's a million of those on the phone.
Yeah. No, I like Wordscapes. It's free.
Yep. Paul?
Okay. Metal Gear Survive. Let me tell you about this shit, all right?
All right. I watched the stream. I want to know.
Holy shit, that game is good.
Yeah.
So,
surprise.
So, first of all, I have to say, this is not at all Metal Gear. Like, don't even think, let's just call this Survive, because there's no fucking Metal Gear in this, like, at all. At all. It's, what this was...
I thought there was sound effects that were the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally the engine and assets from Metal Gear Solid 5, but, like, nothing to do with that series at all, except that there's some weapons that use the same, like, models and stuff.
Well, you played the beta, obviously.
I played the beta.
So there might be like a single player mode.
There is a single player mode
that does have stuff from Metal Gear. We don't know yet.
Well, I mean,
that's
the
probably
idea,
the one that literally ties in the story.
The way it ties in is that you're a dude on Mother Base that gets sucked into the zombie portal, and now you're trying to survive in this world. Like, that's how it connects. Or
the zombie portal that was in Metal Gear Solid 5, that's the one I didn't play.
Right.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no, it's just a stupid thing that they did to, like, try to connect the two. Because this isn't at all a Metal Gear game. What it is dungeon defenders with guns, which is kind of great. So it is a class-based team survival mode where you have a center, you have, like, a drill that's drilling for energy or whatever. And while this is happening, you're being attacked. It's a horde mode. You're being attacked by waves of zombies that have different effects. Like, some blow up, some are strong because they're armored, some are just, like, en masse. They're weak, but they come, like, in huge numbers and stuff. You're gonna ask something.
Now, can you choose where the thing you're protecting, where that is?
No.
Okay, so then it's the horde mode from
most games.
No, Overdrive. Wait, what was that one on the
Sunset Overdrive?
Sunset Overdrive. It's that one.
Okay.
Because horde mode in Gears 3 and 4, definitely 4, you could choose where you wanted to, like, station your like
fair enough
box, remember?
Yeah, no, this is like, this is very obviously, it's a drill thing that's happening in what looks to be like an area where there probably was people and, like, a base at some point, but now it's just, like, ruins and rubble for the most part. So there's, like, some walls and some
there's oils under those hills.
Yeah, there's oils, or, like, I can't remember what the name of the energy is, but it's some form of energy that you're, it's love. You're collecting love. It's not the dumbest thing a Metal Gear game has done, so we'll call it love. What makes it fun is that it's just a multiplayer, like, fuck around tower defense game with friends, and it plays very well. Metal Gear Solid 5.
Play like Metal Gear, like you can lay on your stomach.
Yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid 5, like, mechanically, which is what that game does well, because Metal Gear Solid 5 story is fucking garbage. So the fact that, like, they took the good thing of this, like, straight up stole it, basically, from Kojima, or, like, kicked him out or whatever, and took their property, whatever you want to say, and, like, made this weird tower defense thing is totally okay with me. I really want them to just play around with, like, good tech with dumb game modes for multiplayer stuff, and that's exactly what this is. And the fact that...
Don't you kind of wish they didn't call it Metal Gear, though?
Yep, I do. I 100% do, because that's going to piss off a lot of Metal Gear people, and they're going to miss out on something that's kind of fun because of that. And it's going to give people the wrong idea, thinking... Like, it's going to give the normies the wrong idea, thinking, like, hey, I like that Solid Snake game, I'm going to pick up the new Metal Gear, and they're going to be so disappointed. Oh my god, that poor soul. They don't know what they're walking into.
Well, I mean, again, maybe the story mode is more Metal Gear-like.
Sure.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Probably not.
I'm just, I don't know.
Like, maybe.
I mean, it can't. The single player mode can't just be like 12 horde missions in a row, right?
It probably could, because like there's no main Metal Gear character involvement from as far as we know of. Like the trailer for Survive pretty much showed like Big Boss leaving, and then all this shit happened like as he was off screen.
There are some videos online of like people showing some of that single player stuff. I didn't look at any of those because I kind of don't care. This is going to be the $40 buy this thing on PC with 3 dudes and like have a good couple weekends with game.
Is it actually $40?
Yep. It's not a full price game.
Okay.
Yeah. I made my character look like a battle-torn Jill Valentine, and we just played around for 4 hours in that game, and then I had to go to bed because I worked the next day. So yeah, I like it. It was an all-around success. I think that thing is actually quite good, and I know there's going to be a large contingency of people that absolutely just hate it because of Konami, which is fair enough. Konami has done some real shitty things. The fact that it's called Metal Gear, it has nothing to do with Kojima or his series. Like, there's a lot of reasons to hate this thing, but I think it's just a fun little thing to play around in. I'm seeing in the chat, what's the max number of players? You and 3 other people is what we had, so 4 people.
Is it 5 in Gears?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Good times. I think people should check that out. Just put all your...
When does that come out again?
February 20... something?
First.
Is it 21st? Okay. I'll take your word.
I had it up a second ago. Yeah.
Cool.
That seems right.
Cool. Yep, I'll take your word for it.
What a weird thing.
I thought it was okay on PS4. I'm looking more forward to playing it on PC because that's how I played Metal Gear Solid 5, so that's how I'm used to controlling that game. So it was kind of just like me learning the controls on
Can you
PS4.
like hide in a box?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe you can
Just
craft
trying
a
to think,
box.
like-
You do a lot of crafting, I guess I should say. You pick up, like, the basic idea is you start the round off, and it's like 3 minutes until the drill activates or whatever. And you're running around this actually real harsh environment, picking up just like random things so that you can build your defenses. So you can build like machine guns and turrets and traps and
Yeah,
all
it sounds
that stuff.
like Gears Horde mode.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
exactly that stuff.
And there's actual survival game stuff in there. Like, you do need to drink and eat while doing stuff, which is
Okay. This is not Gears.
annoying.
This ain't your daddy's Gears of War Horde mode.
Yeah. My favorite part was you get side missions while you're doing this too. So like people can break off from defending the base and like go do the side missions to get like maybe an ammo refill for the whole team, or like a bunch of traps will set up at a certain location or whatever to kind of boost your
What
defenses.
exactly would a side mission be? Like just like run to the side of the map and hit A?
Go to this side of the map, maybe take out like some dudes guarding this thing, then taking it back to your base, sort of thing.
Okay.
What I'm getting at is one of
That's
these
pretty
things.
cool.
One of these things was like taking on 2 elite dudes. Like at level 15, they're like level 20 or whatever, and armored, so they're a little hard to do solo. So I think they kind of expect you to at least go with 1 or 2 people. But the payoff is you get 2 D-walkers, so you're just like mowing down zombies, and like these, for people that have played Metal Gear Solid 5, I guess, these like tiny mechs that have machine gun turrets on them, and it's just super fun. They have some good stuff in there, honestly. So
That's kind of like Gears had like each round there was like a bonus objective you could try and go for, like get 15 headshots before this wave finished.
okay,
It's kind of like that, but it seems a little more like in depth. Like you have to go to a certain spot and whatnot.
also the bow and arrow is really good because you can craft different types of arrows. So like flame arrows to take out multiple enemies, heavy arrows to do a lot of damage to certain enemies. Most important thing is that after you shoot them, you can run to where that arrow like landed and pick it back up, so you don't waste all your ammo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just good. It's
Yep.
maybe overpowered because I found I was running out of ammo for guns real fucking quick. I played 1 round with a bow and arrow, no problem at all. Killed everything that was in my sight and never ran even close to running out of ammo. So
A lot of time, the bow is awesome. Like I'm playing
Yep.
Assassin's Creed right now, and the bow is awesome.
I have heard this. I've heard that.
Like
What
to
is
the
it?
point where it's like, how did I ever play Assassin's Creed without a bow?
Yeah. I didn't think I'd be talking so highly about Metal Gear Survive, but I was pleasantly surprised. That being said, I do need to play the single player thing and just see what that is, because every game is good
Yeah,
with
I'm real
friends.
curious. I mean, we're saying single player mode, but could it just be a campaign that you like a co-op campaign?
I'm
Like
going to be
yours,
honest with you.
maybe.
Somebody told me what it was. I completely forgot. So
Okay.
I'm 3D Homer. If you're in the chat, why don't you go ahead and say what it was? Because I think he told me and I don't remember because I didn't care about the single player idea of this game.
All right.
Moving along, I started playing SteamWorld Heist on Switch, and that game is quite good. So SteamWorld Heist is made by the same people that have done SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2, the, what is it, Image and Form Games, I believe, is their name. I'm pretty sure it is. I should have
don't know.
brought it up on the screen here, but what it is a 2D tactical heist game, I guess. Like, you get a bunch of little missions to go into a ship, take like the treasures, kill all the dudes in it, turn alarms off, whatever the objectives are, and then get out. You are playing basically space pirate people, and it's set in the SteamWorld type of like aesthetic where everything are weird steampunk robots.
Sure.
So it's real cool. I really like the aesthetic. I think it plays really nice on the Switch. It's a type of game that I like playing on the Switch where you can just do a mission or two and then call it for the night. So I've been playing kind of on and off the last couple nights, but it turns out to be like close to 7 hours I think I've been putting into it. And the missions actually do get kind of hard to the point where, like XCOM, you don't want a dude to die because
Okay, so it's like an actual tactics game.
it's an actual 2D
like
tactics game.
turn-based. Okay.
Yeah, turn-based.
So is it like Invisible Ink?
No, because it's very 2D. Like, there's no like isometric 3D view. It's very flat.
Right. Oh, I just mean because Invisible Ink is a tactics heist game.
No, this is much more of a like. There's a lot more combat in this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a time you can actually pull off like a stealth heist. You are very much boarding onto dudes' ships, killing everybody in your way, taking all the loot and leaving. You are like pirates for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the thing I like about it the most is that, or the thing that's most addictive about it is where XCOM, you don't want to lose your good characters that are very high level for obvious reasons because it like hurts your gameplay, but also it just kind of sucks to lose that dude you've been in the shit with like throughout mission after mission. This, you don't have that problem really where they're gone forever. What you do have though is that you will lose a full star on your grade, and me being the type of person where if you can get 3 stars, if I don't get 3 stars, I'm gonna do it again. That's becoming kind of an issue at some point where not only do I have to get all the loot, but I have to make sure my shitty characters that are like level 1 or 2 don't die so that they can get leveled up and be better, and also so I don't lose out on the star for getting the completion, like the completion rating and all that stuff. So I think it's good in that way where you never really lose the character, but it's kind of less tense, maybe more kind of like an annoyance where you don't want to lose the person in XCOM because like they're gone forever. This is like you don't want to lose them because then I'll have to do it again, which is kind of like less impactful in a way. But it's a cartoony version of that type of game, and I think it plays very well, especially for the Switch, and I like it quite a bit. I was saying before we went live here that Image and Form Games, or whatever they're called, are very much becoming like the people I look forward to seeing what they do next, because I love their art styles and aesthetic, and they seem to just do the type of games I like. So we'll have to see.
I think the first SteamWorld Dig is just recently got put on Switch too, or it's like on its way right now.
That makes sense, yeah. I played through that recently before SteamWorld Dig 2 came out on DS, so I don't think I'll be going back into that, but I highly recommend people to check out SteamWorld Heist if you're looking for something to play on your Switch that's kind of like it's pretty intense, but I don't think it's as intense as like an XCOM or even Mario and Rabbids. I heard gets kind of crazy at some parts.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
What do you like more, Heist or Dig 2?
Oh, Dig 2. I just like that. Yeah, I like that Metroidvania style more than I like the tactics style, I guess, just in general.
Okay.
The big one for me this week, though, I've been playing a lot of Slay the Spire, which is...
I have no idea what this is.
It is a...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've been seeing this on a lot of streams lately. This has become like, it's early access, but it's become like a hot title right now.
Yeah, it it kind of blew up out of nowhere in the last couple weeks here, for sure. Sean is talking while muted.
I pressed the button, man. It's the card one.
It's the card one, yeah.
Okay, yes, I had seen this.
So
This
Slay the
looks cool.
Spire is a roguelike dungeon crawling game where you like collectible deck building card game. It is how you do combat in it. What
it's
it
like
is,
Solitarica.
it's kind of like Solitarica. So what it is every floor you're trying to get to a boss, and you do that by going through a bunch of rooms, kind of like you would in Darkest Dungeon or something. And every room you can have an encounter with a normal set of enemies, an elite, treasure, like a treasure chest or whatever, merchant, or like a random event sort of thing. And when you're fighting enemies, you are using cards, and you're building a deck every time you go through a room that like gives you something, basically. And the deck is your move set, essentially. When you fight enemies, you see what their intent is against you on the next turn that they have. So it's turn-based. And, for example, like, it's really hard to explain if you haven't seen the gameplay, but it's kind of like you're face-to-face with an enemy, you'll see over their head an attack symbol with the number 3, meaning they're going to do 3 damage to you on the next turn. And then your hand will come up like a game of Hearthstone or something with all the cards in your hand for this turn. You pick what cards you want to use out with within your maximum energy allotment per turn, and you just like play against the computer that way. A big thing that I think is really good about this game, though, is that because it's early access and it hasn't just blown up to be this huge thing that's been out for a while now, is that it's very basic. So it's really easy to just jump into, learn what all the cards are, and kind of know what you want to build with your classes. There's 2 classes as of right now. There's like a knight type class that you can focus a lot of defense and attack with. Hi, Bagel. And a roguelike class that you can focus a lot more like attacks per turn. Like there's a lot of synergies with 0 cost cards and that sort of thing, like way more offensive. And I think the elegance in it is that because you only have 3 energy ever to start, the cards aren't this crazy power creep of like playing a huge cost card for a huge amount of damage, but rather they all focus on synergizing with each other. So instead of like just playing, I'm going to play this 10 mana card to do 20 damage to this enemy, you have to think more thoroughly, like, I only have 3 energy, but like using this combination of stuff, I can use this card, which will pop up 2 0 cost cards that I can do like 6 damage with, and then do this, which will do damage based on how many times I've done damage. Like it focuses very much on your hand rather than just like getting the one card to win it. Even though that is still very much in here because it's a card game and you can get fucked by bad draws, which happens more times than not, really. The roguelite.
So is it a deck building game? Like you're getting cards as you go, or do you build your deck and then just go as far as you can?
As you go, you get cards. Yeah, And you also get items like you would in Binding of Isaac. So every now and then you'll come across a room with a chest in it, which you'll get a relic from, or you can get relics from merchants, and those will just change how certain things work, like passively, like they would in Binding of Isaac. Like one item might just be like every turn get 3 armor, so like you'll always have like 3 armor.
Man, this sounds very Solitarica like.
It is. It's very Solitarica like.
I'm very interested. Solitarica is so good. I am super excited for this.
Yep. It also does the Rogue Legacy thing of when you play, you like progress through unlocks, so you will unlock more cards. So the more you play, the more the game it'll unlock for you. The only problem right now is that because it is early access, we are missing a full class. There's a 3rd class that's coming soon that we don't have yet. There's supposed to be another act. Right now it ends at the end of Act 3, so it's 3 main bosses with a bunch of dungeon stuff to go through to get to them. So Act 4
How much is it?
Soon. It is, I believe, $30.
Do you know what it's going to be?
No, it's probably going to be the same, were I to assume.
Oh, okay.
Because it's pretty well out.
I thought early access games were usually cheaper when they're early access.
That's usually not generally a thing anymore, though, unfortunately. Okay. No.
Well, Dead Cells is.
Dead Cells is,
Battlegrounds wasn't.
Right, exactly. It's 18 Canadian, so 15, which is very good price for that. And actually, they just had an update that I haven't been able to check out yet. So something happened just today called the Ascension update, and this added a new mode, I believe. I'm going to have to look more into that because obviously I was at work, so I didn't get to play around with that. But this is definitely my new go-to roguelite for right now. It combines the things I like about Hearthstone mixed with dungeon crawling abilities of like a Darkest Dungeon. So I think it's really, really cool and people should check it out.
All right. And like I said, I'm just playing stuff that I've been playing, so nothing new here.
Right.
Let's go on to some news, which is a bunch of small stuff for the most part. Miitomo is ending on May 9th.
Yep.
It did it. It lasted, what, a year? 2 years?
I think it was 2 years.
Yeah, I think 2.
I'm amazed it lasted that long.
Yep.
This is not Tomodachi Life, which is what I originally thought it was.
No, it's not.
This is the app. This is the phone app.
Yeah, Nintendo's first mobile game.
Yeah, which arguably was worse than Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life, whatever.
Tomodachi. But like, arguably, it very much was worse than that.
Yeah. Well, I said arguably because I honestly don't remember a lot of Miitomo. I didn't play it for much.
Miitomo was the one where you added friends and then you asked each other questions like, what movies are you looking forward to? So Nintendo could sell that to theaters and make money off of advertisements for you.
Right. Yep. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, this game sucked. So good riddance.
Kind of.
We got the February games with gold. We're looking at, for Xbox One, Shadow Warrior and Assassin's Creed Chronicles India. I'm pretty sure we got China.
Yeah, so this is the second one.
Ago. This is the second one. The last one's Russia, I believe.
That sounds right.
And then on the 360, they get Split Second, which is a great racing game.
That's a great game. Yeah.
Yep. And Crazy Taxi.
Also a good game.
But it doesn't have the Offspring music.
Bad game. Don't bother.
Couple Switch announcements. Flint Hook is coming to the Switch.
Sure, cool. Makes sense.
I'm excited about that. I've been wanting to play that. This is a great chance. And Dead Cells announced today that it is coming to all the consoles. That's not just PC anymore.
So good.
So I'm very excited for that as well.
Yep.
I cannot wait for Dead Cells to... And I know for Dead Cells, it's going to be day and date with the PC launch. So I'm definitely getting that on the Switch.
Yep.
You know it.
For sure.
Yeah. We also got a new Soul Calibur 6 trailer that showed off some more characters. I guess that new guy, I think this is the new guy that we saw at the end with the double swords. His name is like Grow.
Yeah, that's the new guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he looks very.
He looks like Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. A lot of people were saying.
I
Great.
guess he does have like a claw mark down his face that glows. So he's pretty silly. Nightmare's in it. Big surprise. Shanghua's in it. And Keelik is in it. So get hyped.
There you go. There you go. Sean's in. He's in on Soul Calibur 6 now.
I was going to play it anyway. It looks like they have like super moves now because at one point Nightmare summons a nightmare horse and rides into you.
I think
Yeah.
5 sort of had that, but they're going all in on it on 6.
Okay. I don't think I played much of 5.
Most people did.
I think
Yeah.
they had said when they announced it that they're taking a lot of what they learned from Tekken 7. So I think they're doing a lot of what Tekken 7's doing, which is fucking amazing. I'm so excited for this game.
God of War has a release date of 4/20.
Really?
Yep.
Got to compete with that Nintendo Labo.
Yeah, so everyone's going to pick up some cardboard and they're going to pick up God of War. And there's a new trailer out for that. if you
And
want.
some weed.
Okay. And some weed. It's now legal in California. I don't know. This is the big news of the week.
Okay.
Xbox's Game Pass, the $10 a month subscription service to just get a lot of their back catalog, basically.
Yep.
Not streaming, but download. They're upgrading that service that you will now get all Microsoft Studios first-party games on launch.
Okay.
This is serious. So the 3 they announced that they, I guess it's the only games they currently have announced, is Sea of Thieves, which is March 20th.
Yep.
Crackdown 3 and State of Decay 2. Those will all be day and date for free if you're part of the Xbox Game Pass. Which
okay.
That's a great deal. Like if you're interested in 2 first-party Microsoft games, you might as well subscribe to this.
Yeah. You're not wrong. That's
So at this point, I wanted to play Sea of Thieves. I'm going to subscribe in March. Like, why not? I can always cancel it.
Open this weekend?
I believe it's
Yes,
is it open? I know it's closed.
I know the beta's live, but I think it is closed. I've been seeing
There's a
people
closed one
playing it
going
streaming,
on
though.
now. I have a friend playing it. He says at all times you can just whip out an accordion.
Right. I mean, that's just life. So
Yeah. That sounds delightful. He said he also definitely needs some help steering the ship because his character got tipsy and like they got wasted and fell off his ship.
all right.
So this game sounds great. Anyway,
Sure.
so I know my plan is to subscribe this March. Because for $10 I get all of Sea of Thieves. That sounds great. I know I want Crackdown. That'll be there's my 2. Like, there we go. They even said so this going forward you know Halo and Forza could be a part of this too.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly serious. Like, wow. I think is a big step for Microsoft.
Yeah, no, it's really good, especially considering that they're that gives away other games for free as well to play. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
And arguably, I'm not really interested in any of the older games because the ones I am interested in, I probably played or I bought at some point. But like day and date, this is like the closest thing we got to Netflix now
Yeah,
for games, at least,
for
right?
games. Yeah,
So-
yeah.
You got to think maybe this like last year Microsoft had like a pretty poor showing first party wise.
Yeah.
I bet this is a response to that. And Sony's just they're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, okay, does it work like PlayStation Now, or do you download it?
I believe it's download.
These ones
Good.
you download.
Yeah, that's the
it's not
difference, because
streaming.
PlayStation Now is garbage.
What I'm assuming you can only have access to them while you're subscribed. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you just download
of course.
everything and unsubscribe for that.
Of course.
It's also what I'm wondering is if it's the full game or if it's going to be something closer to EA. What is the EA one? Is it just EA Access?
Yeah, that's right.
Because EA Access, they'll have brand new titles day and date, but you only get like 10 hours with the game. or you only get a certain batch of the level of the early levels, and then it stops.
And then you have to buy the full thing. Yeah.
And then buy the full thing, or a couple years later, or a year later or two, they'll put the whole game in EA Access.
Right.
This doesn't exactly say, as far as I've seen around, for those new titles at least.
Right.
But I'm assuming if they were only going to give you a piece, they would have come out and said that, because getting everyone's expectations up this high and then saying, "Oh, but you only get half the game," that would just look pretty shitty.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be doing them any favors.
Sure.
So I'm gonna assume it's a full game, and I think this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I
That's
went
good.
from do not care about Game Pass to here is $10 a month.
Mm.
So I'm definitely gonna subscribe for that one.
Yeah.
And it'll be nice to play like State of Decay 2, something that I just wasn't interested in. Now that I'm gonna get it for, free air
Did
quotes.
you play the first one?
No.
Okay. The first one was one of my favorite games of that year. So I'm looking
Well,
forward to that.
now I just get it for $10.
Yep.
So why not? You can also play some Fable 3.
Yep.
And it looks like Recore's on this. All right.
Recore is on there, and so is Gears of War 4, I believe, or
Nice.
that it was.
BioShock Infinite. All these games I've already played.
Yeah.
Can't wait. All right. Last bit of news. This was sent in by Dead in Sky, and it's the MPD numbers for December.
Hooray, which means it's my job.
But like,
Thank
not
you, because
really?
I was already starting to fall asleep.
All right. Where's the breakdown? Oh, it's not quite as nicely broken down as the ones we usually get. Hang on here.
It's like not broken down at all. Actually.
Nope.
Okay.
It's actually just a word scramble, and
Yep.
with some numbers thrown in there.
Yep.
And we have to figure it out. I was the top selling game in December, it turns out.
You
Right.
did it.
Okay.
Hardware generated 1.3 billion in December, up 27% year over year, and driven mainly by the Switch. As previously mentioned, it became the best-selling console in its first 10 months, but Microsoft's Xbox One and PS4 are also breaking records. More people own the two platforms than any of the company's previous iterations.
Yeah.
Over the first 50 months in market for each console, the combined hardware install base of the PS4 and Xbox One now exceeds that of the PS3 and 360 by 18%, and that of the PS2 and Xbox by 4%. Despite the growth in software and hardware, the accessories category remained largely unchanged year over year and earned $735 million in December, with consumers shifting their focus from toys of life, such as Amiibo, to cases and organizers. Interactive gaming toys like Amiibo were down 66%, where cases were up 167% compared to December 2016. Gamepad spending was also up 10%, led by the PS4 DualShock 4 controller, as in previous months. The best-selling games of 2017 are as follows, or would you like to guess what they are?
I actually have it open. So
Best selling of 2017?
Yes.
I'll guess
In-
some.
in
Am I the
North-
only
in
one that
North
doesn't
America.
know? You guys both have it open, you said, right?
I have it open. I don't know if Paul's read that part or not.
it's actually the part I jumped to. I didn't read the
Ah.
part you were just read.
Okay, let me just try and guess like the top 3.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, best of all 2017, right?
Yeah, in North America.
Yeah.
No, okay. Best selling. Does this include digital games? Doesn't,
That
right?
depends. Depends on the system. Certain games don't have digital sales listed, but some do.
Okay, but I'm wondering, like, is Battlegrounds going to be in this?
No, I don't see PUBG on here. This
Okay,
is all
so it's not-
this is also consoles, not PC.
Okay, good. All right. Consoles. Okay, so top selling. What was super popular? Zelda.
Zelda is number 5, but that does
Oh.
not count digital sales of the game.
Okay, let's see if I can get higher. Man, what's so better than Zelda? What even came out last year? That was so long ago. I'm not even thinking about those games.
It's only January, Sean.
It might as well be February.
Think about what was on your game of the year list.
Okay. Zelda. SteamWorld Dig 2. That's not on the
No.
list.
Nice
That was
try.
on my list. HQ. That's not on that list. Okay, Mario, obviously.
Mario's in 9th place.
Okay, I didn't think that would have sold more than Zelda. I'm surprised it's that low.
Came in October.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Persona? No way. That can't be that
Nope.
on there. Horizon.
Nope.
Wow. Okay, I give up.
Horizon didn't. Oh no, Horizon was number 10 on the PS4 list,
Okay,
and I think that list is actually just for December. All right, going from 10 up to 1, best-selling games of 2017. Mario Kart 8
Ugh.
is number 10. That does not count digital sales of the game. Number 9, Super Mario Odyssey. Same thing. Doesn't count digital sales. Number 8, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not counting PC digital sales for some reason.
Oh,
Okay.
weird.
All right.
Okay.
Number 7, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Weird.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
no, you're saying that, but number 6 is Grand Theft Auto 5.
That
You know,
obviously
I should
includes
have
digital,
probably
though.
just get. Yeah, I should have.
Yeah.
done that.
But I feel like that's a statement on the year. Like best-selling games of 2017 is something that came out in 2013 now. When did GTA 5 come out? Because that has a surprisingly long.
That was 2013 or early 14. No, 2013.
September 2013.
Yep.
Number 5, Breath of the Wild. No
Right.
digital sales counted. Number 4, Madden 2018.
Okay.
Sure.
This is amazing to me. Call
Number
of Duty? Is Call of Duty on this?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Number 3, Destiny 2, not counting PC digital sales.
All right. Okay. I can see that one. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Number 2, NBA 2K18.
I would never have guessed that.
You can buy
Ever.
that for $200 on the Switch right now.
I would have guessed 200 games before I guessed that one.
NBA's, I think it's supposed to be the best-selling sports title for the past couple of years.
And this this game had 5 SKUs to
It was
fuck
ridiculous.
with people.
Yeah,
Did one of them come
And-
with a basketball?
probably.
Probably.
Whatever that Connect one did.
And and last but not least, Call of Duty World War II is in first place.
Right.
I'm just not in touch with the common man.
I've known this
Well-
for years.
PUBG is actually the second best-selling game on the Xbox One in December. Call of Duty, of course, beat it.
Wow.
Yeah, Call of Duty is the best-selling game on Xbox One and PS4 for December. NBA 2K18 is 4th on Xbox and 3rd on PlayStation. Odyssey, Mario Kart, and Zelda are the top 3 for Switch.
Do you think PUBG is the actual #1 game of last year?
No.
What do you think what do you think sold the most? If you're obviously guessing PC stuff.
Probably Call of Duty again.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's usually Call of Duty.
I still think PUBG, man. That thing was insane. It had more players than Dota 2.
Yeah, but it was on one platform for the longest time. These are
Yeah.
multi-plats mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
I hate everything about this comment. Paul, that NBA game is on sale, only 110 digitally right now.
Okay. Why is this NBA game so expensive?
Because there's different versions of it you can buy, and I don't actually know what the difference between them is.
What do you get with this super one?
I honestly
Digital
don't know.
currency to unlock stuff, from what I remember.
Oh,
Do you get tickets to an actual NBA game?
no, because
No.
that'd be too cheap.
Okay. Someone tell me why this thing is worth $110. What you get.
I'm sure it isn't worth 110.
All right. Any other NPD tidbits?
I'm going to do a quick glance here. I think that was really the most important things. Call of Duty World War II is best-selling game in December, as well as for the year. December 2017 is the 8th consecutive December that a Call of Duty franchise release has topped the sale charts. Software spending was up 1% from December 2016, reaching $1.3 billion spent. Activision Blizzard was the highest earning publisher in 2017, though more folks spent their dollar on Nintendo games in December. It's probably thanks to the influx of new Switch owners looking to build out their library of games for that platform.
Yeah, for sure.
Overall sales for December, Call of Duty, Star Wars, Odyssey, NBA, Mario Kart, Madden, PUBG, Assassin's Creed Origins, Breath of the Wild, GTA 5 is 10 again, FIFA 18, Destiny 2, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Splatoon 2, Need for Speed Payback, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Just Dance 2018, The Sims 4, and then both Pokemon SKUs. That was from first place to 20th.
Okay, so when MPDs, is that money from purchasing a game, or is it just money going towards that game?
Money purchasing a game, I believe.
Okay, because like I know that GTA makes a ton on their like.
Doesn't count digital like add-ons.
That's what I'm wondering. Okay.
So
just actual SKUs being sold.
As a heads up, Legend Edition Gold, which is the 110 on sale.
Does that imply there's different Legend editions?
Yes, there are.
There are.
Okay.
You get 250,000 VC. I guess that's virtual currency, probably.
Yep, that's exactly what that is.
40 My Team packs delivered one a week. Otherwise, obviously, that's too much. That's too many My Team packs.
Did you say 40?
Gotta pace it out.
Did you say 40 or 14? 40.
40.
So for almost a year, you get a pack of whatever.
Yeah, because they got to stop you for getting you to get 2K19.
Right. And Shaq digital items for your My Player and more. They don't say what and more is. So.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Great.
I hate everything about this. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it for news. Yes, it is. Let's go on to some questions.
Yeah.
If people want to send questions, they can do so at topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, John's P.O. Box. I'll read this first one from OnePressL2P, because I know you guys are all super excited to answer it. With the hype of Dragon Ball FighterZ, by the way, they announced it's Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yeah. It's still Fighter Z to me.
I'm still calling it FighterZ.
Fuck everybody. I do what I want.
Fighter Z.
Fighter Z is actually the way to go. Yeah.
What were some of your favorite moments from the anime? Be it original Dragon Ball Z, GT, or Super?
Okay, let me think of some original ones because I found that series hilarious. The original Dragon Ball.
I like that time Goku punched and kicked someone. It was great.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
The part where Goku screams and gets stronger is definitely good. I will agree with you there.
Actual answer, Future Trunks just cutting Frieza in half.
That part's super cool. Future Trunks in general is just super cool. Honestly, the one I remember the least is original Dragon Ball. I guess I don't remember a ton of GT either.
I only remember like the first story arc of the original Dragon Ball, where like the first time they summoned Shenron.
I definitely watched the whole thing.
I think that's all that aired on YTV for the longest time.
I think my favorite episode is when Android 16's head gets crushed by Cell and Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. That's so awesome. That's very cool. What else? I will say in Super, anytime Master Roshi is fighting, it is like ridiculously cool. Like that guy's great. And I love that they brought back his like super like bulky ripped form. Mm-hmm. That was very enjoyable. You got any, Paul?
I mean, Frieza
Is that
stuff.
part where Vegeta says over 9,000?
Yeah, the meme.
Yeah.
By the way, I found my new favorite meme earlier this week. I mean, we'll talk about it later. It's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. You don't want to talk about it here now that you've hinted at it?
Is it steamed hams?
No,
steamed hams.
It's that stupid old Terry Toons 3 Bears. That spaghetti.
Somebody touching my spaghetti.
That video specifically, I watched like 3 times, and I was like dying laughing.
I gotta catch up with the latest memes. I gotta check these out.
Steamed hams is like the bit from The Simpsons where Skinner invites Superintendent Chalmers over for an unforgettable luncheon, but then like his roast burns, so he just steals some Krusty Burger stuff. It's like an older Simpsons bit. It was really good. But like everyone's been taking that whole bit and just like adjusting it. I think my favorite one now is steamed hams, but everyone is Joe Swanson from Family Guy. So it's just the clip is normal, but like you have both of them go like, "Hey, Peter."
Okay, all right. I'll have to look these up.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But I don't know, man. I like the Ginyu Force. I thought they were hilariously dumb. They were great. Okay. And then like that's also the time when Goku dies and then comes back, and he's just like they're having so much trouble with the Ginyu Force, and he like fucking Neos it up, and he's just like no, and he just like stops all of it. Like it's one of the first times I remember just
that
being
one
like
so specifically because in Canada on YTV when they were showing Dragon Ball, they would go to the episode where Goku shows up for the first time, and like they can't touch him because he keeps like darting back and forth, and you don't even see him move, but they like show the ground. I swear, at least 3 times YTV would start over the entire series getting to that episode. There was probably like 2 years of my life where I had no idea what was next because they kept getting to that and not progressing.
There's actually a reason for that.
They hated me.
No,
I hated them.
The dubbing company that was doing them changed. So instead, like it became the Canadian group that was doing it. So that's why the next episode, all the voices are completely different.
I have no... Really? Wow, I did not know that.
So, because the same thing happened to me, and I was curious about that. And then when they finally moved on, I'm like, wait, why are all the voices completely different? Why'd the theme song change? What happened?
Okay.
Because like it stopped being like Rock the Dragon, and it became like this like boring ass tune.
Rock the Dragon is the worst.
What was the best theme song.
So bad. It's so bad.
It's so dumb.
The thing that I'll say the worst. Anything involving Gotenks.
Oh man, Air IQ says I totally forgot about this part. This is actually my favorite answer. When Goku and Piccolo go to get their driver's tests.
Yeah, that one's good. Yep.
Is that in Dragon Ball?
That's in Z.
Yeah.
Z. I don't remember that one at all.
I think it's right after the Frieza saga.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, Chi forces Goku and Piccolo to go get their driver's license.
Can't be right after that because Goku's dead, isn't he?
No.
He doesn't he go off into space?
Yeah, and then when he comes back.
Okay, so it must be during that like week-long period. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's in the 3 years of training for the androids.
Yeah, it must be that one. Okay.
Dude, also Cell just like sucking the life literally out of people is just so disturbingly gross and creepy.
First time?
Yeah, like as a kid I remember seeing that and just being like, oh, this is so weird. I don't like it.
It was pretty good when Trunks goes back to his time, now knowing that Cell is out there. Yeah. And then he finds him in his first form and just like destroys him immediately.
Yeah.
That part's pretty good. Also really just like the Future Trunks movie with like adult Gohan with the one arm. That was cool.
Oh yeah, I never did watch all of that.
I've never seen any of those.
Yeah, YTV randomly used to air them like long ass time ago.
Weird. YTV used to do anime marathons on New Year's that I would watch. One of them was 36 hours long.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Was that the one where they did all the Dragon Ball Z movies, or?
I don't think they did that. I don't think they did all of them. But that was back when YTV had like a ton of anime, so they had a lot to show.
Sure.
I remember playing a lot of Soul Calibur 2 and watching a lot of anime on New Year's at my cousin's house. Anyway, moral of the story is you should watch Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I've been told this by many people. Many people. Yeah.
All right. Paul, why don't you take this next one?
Yeah, superfan Snoop Doggy Dog wrote in and said, yo, what is TDP's rival podcast? Good question, Snoop Doggy Dog. Snoop Lion, Mr. Lion. Our rival podcast...
Bottoms Up View.
Is like literally every podcast out there that isn't us.
That too.
Like, what would our rival podcast be? I I do like your answer.
The New York Times,
Thank you.
just the paper.
The New York
A
Times.
book. Our rival.
We're coming
podcast is
for
just
you.
A book. It's just a book.
Just any book.
The left-right perspective sounds like a political podcast.
Political podcast.
Yeah.
That comment brings up that RuneScape podcast that Sean kept wanting to beat. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I don't know. It wasn't that I wanted to be. I think it was Nathan wanted to be.
Nathan wanted to.
Yeah,
he-
because wasn't his thing like they haven't updated this podcast in like 4 years? How are they higher than us?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Uh,
Oh man, good. Yeah.
but like,
See,
in
what
all
people don't
honesty,
know about
probably the
left
Giant
right
Bomb cast.
perspective- Sorry, what was that?
Probably the Giant Bomb cast, because it's like the same format.
I mean, most video game podcasts are the same format.
It's true.
See, the thing that they don't know about the left-right perspective is that's the good political podcast. This one's also a good political podcast. I like a political podcast. It's just a really bad one.
Yeah.
All right, John, you get this lengthy one.
Hooray.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Wow. This one comes from David. How y'all doing? I hope the year's off to a great start and that John and Paul are enjoying their socks. This has been a
right.
pretty decent month for me. Yeah, that's still here because I
I
haven't
freak-
seen you in like a month.
Yeah.
This has been a pretty decent month for me. As I've said in other letters and other times, y'all know I play competitive Pokemon, and this month I've been pretty good, getting top cut at a tournament and going to regionals in Dallas this weekend, January 26th to 27th, and overall having a blast. In addition to just having fun at the tournaments, I also get to meet up with friends that live in other cities and having fun with them. It brings me to my question, what are some of your favorite moments related to gaming? As a bonus, you can answer with both moments in a game or moments surrounding a game. For instance, for me, one of my favorite moments in the game was is beating your rival in Red and Blue for the first time with just moments surrounding a game. It's just having fun at tournaments. One match this month, I was paired up with a good friend and we spent the round just bullshitting with each other. Even though I lost that game, I had more fun than I've ever had playing Pokemon. I'm interested in hearing your all's answers. Hope you have a good week, and I hope to do well at regionals.
Turns out the friend you were playing with, that was his tactic, and he knew he was going to win with it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yep. Favorite moment.
Related to gaming, playing Resident Evil 2 for the first time with my friend at his house. Like, we just played all weekend. Boy, that was a good weekend.
I definitely have like a lot of like playing just a ton of Melee with my friends at like sleepovers or whatever.
Yep.
Just playing that so much, like the whole time. Same with like Double Dash.
I feel like there's more
pro-
specifics.
Probably for me in university, playing Guilty Gear and just all the friends that I made playing that.
Yeah.
I also really like any of the times I went for the endless set list achievements in Rock Band.
Yeah.
Specifically the Bladder of Steel one where you weren't allowed to pause or lose.
Yeah.
Because those were
so
actual. Yeah, they're dumb, but like it's just like a fun thing. I think there's a good through line that it's always with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Because yeah, like the Jackbox games when I have people over, those are like good, crazy highlights.
I remember when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, my friend had a PS2 and I didn't at the time. And we were playing it on Extreme and we couldn't get past this part. I can't remember what part of the big shell it is, but it's the one with all the conveyor belts and boxes and stuff. Okay. And there's like a bunch of guards patrolling the room. And we were kind of banging our heads against it. We had been playing all day. And then I went home. And then he called me at like 8 in the morning the next morning. He's like, I had a dream. Get over here now. And he dreamed how to beat that part, and it worked.
Amazing.
It was really good. I think that was one of my favorite things, because I remember running over to his house at like 9 in the morning on like a Saturday. It's the stupidest thing to play this game, but
Nice.
Yeah, good times. What about like in games, I guess, too?
In games, yeah.
like Q Sean's Asura's Wrath part whatever.
That's a pretty good.
The whole game, I guess.
One. Yeah, that whole game. Asura's Wrath is definitely up there.
Mm-hmm. The ending of Metal Gear Solid 3, when the speech is finding out, you find out like what the boss was all about. The like salute that Big Boss does to the grave is just like, oh, that's just good. That's just like good storytelling right there. That's good movie making, Kojima. Good job.
I guess just because it's like recent, like there's a lot of stuff in Nier, like at the end that was pretty like,
lot in
oh
Nier.
Man.
Yeah, there's a lot in Nier.
Man, these are so much harder to pick out because they like.
Yeah,
it's more just like this part was
blurred
good
together now. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of
there's
like
some
the
cool stuff
moments
in
surrounding
Odyssey.
gaming more because I think those are more personable than like because we've all seen like the parts in games. I think it's better when people just talk about the experience that they had with gaming.
A lot of the ones I'm thinking of are also like spoilers, so I have to be like vague. Like
There's also that.
a bunch of the hidden my game by mom stuff is real great.
I don't specifically remember most of them, but yeah, at the time I was like, that's silly. Okay. That's good.
All right, next question comes from Eduardo. What is the coolest genre of music?
Funk.
Funk?
It's the coolest. It's not my favorite, but it's the coolest genre.
Okay. John, what's the coolest genre of music?
Jazz.
Jazz is pretty
Jazz? Okay. I don't want to say either of those. What do I want to say? What's the coolest?
cool. Okay.
Funk rhymes with punk.
Mm.
Ska. I'm gonna say ska. That's not the
shit,
coolest.
Ska's actually a pretty good choice.
That's
though.
the least coolest. I'm gonna stick with ska though, despite it being actually the least coolest genre of music.
The least coolest.
The most uncool genre of music.
VGC Kenny wrote during the Game of the Year podcast, Paul said Hollow Knight is the best Metroidvania. This brings me to an interesting thought experiment. When starting someone off on a genre, do you start them off at the best one, or do you start at a good one and then build up to the best?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I think you chronologically go with the best at the time and work, like, I think you have to start with the old ones first, personally. I don't think you just start somebody
Really?
off with the best. Yeah. If I had my choice.
I just
you
feel
can't-
like
you can't appreciate older
You're asking
ones.
them to commit to playing so many games.
No, because you choose the best ones from those eras. You don't just say play all of them. Like, if somebody was like, give me some Metroidvanias to play, I'd probably start them off at like Symphony of the Night. And then we could go from there.
Okay.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
I'd
be
probably-
worried
I'd-
that like just because they're all older, that the weird tendencies of older games might just turn them off.
I think it depends
Yeah.
on the game because some games I feel like
Sure.
go past that, like say Mario 3, Mario World for like
Sure.
2D platformers, but like I wouldn't have someone play Halo 1 if I wanted to get them into Halo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does depend on quite a few things, I think.
Because like I'm thinking like JRPGs.
Uh-huh.
What would you do? Someone wants to play some JRPGs for the first time. What do you say? What do you
Like,
recommend as the first
okay.
one?
So that is so broad. I would just be like, have you heard of any series in that genre? And then I'll tell you one to start off in there, I guess.
They haven't. They're so new. They're just like, hey, I want to play some JRPGs.
Final
Or
Fantasy
I want to play
3
I want to play
US.
a JRPG.
Final Fantasy 3 US 6 over there in Japan is
Okay.
probably where I'd start them, or Chrono Trigger.
What about you, John? Someone wants to play a JRPG. What do you say?
Oof, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, so like nothing polygonal.
Not until we
No.
know that they like that genre, even to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah. Something that feels timeless would really be the thing.
Yeah.
And like the 3D, old 3D has a problem with feeling really aged.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, but you could just do like something like recent. Like Bravely Default.
That's not a bad idea.
Something recent, I was thinking. Someone's saying Final Fantasy VII might be a good baby's first JRPG. See, I think we just said like old 3D would not be good. Also, that game is so long.
Well, here's the thing, like Chrono Trigger's like 20 hours at most. Like, so I feel like retro ones would work. Sure. Versus say like Bravely Default's probably at least double that.
Yeah. Like basically where I land on this is if somebody can, I think the reason why people appreciate newer stuff that's considered the best for this time is because they've seen the evolution and know what it started as. And I think it's important to have that kind of as a foundation to move on to see like tropes or certain mechanics or whatever and see how they've like become better, to see why Hollow Knight is, I consider, one of the best Metroidvanias. Is like, you should probably know how Super Metroid plays. You should probably know how Symphony of the Night plays. Like,
again, you're asking that person to commit to like a lot of games, though.
That's not my problem.
No, well, what if the person's just like, hey, I want to play one?
Yeah, and I answered you. You start them off at the first one that you consider a foundation.
I think I go with a recent one myself.
No, there's absolutely no way I do that.
As much as like, if I'm trying to get them like the best, like, quote unquote education, then yes, I totally agree. They need to get these references and whatnot. But like, if I don't think this person is going to play through all that, like I'm thinking, for example, like I know my girlfriend's not going to play 3 RPGs in a row or whatever, you know what I mean? Or she's not going to play like 3 Metroidvania games in a row. Then it's like, well, play Ori. It's like really great. And if you like that, then I can show you some more stuff that you might not like as much.
See, I don't think that's a good way to go at all.
No?
Telling somebody that really likes something to play something they're probably not going to like because it's not as good seems like a good way to turn them off.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
But I'm hoping that like their love of that first one will kind of help ease any like rough edges that an older one or one that's not as good might have.
So there's kind of another layer to this where, like, are they somebody who cares about video games in any way, or are they kind of a normie? Yeah,
that's what I'm
kind
of saying.
There's also that.
Like,
yeah.
You have to kind of figure out how much are they going to commit to playing all these games.
There's a few,
because a lot of the times when someone's like, "Hey, should I just jump in on the latest Mass Effect, or should I play all of them?" And it's like, well, a lot of the times I would say you're going to get more out of it. You play all of them, but if there's no way you're going to play through 3 of them, just play the latest one, because that's the one to do. Like if playing the first and second are going to stop you from playing the 4th one because you're just not going to make it, then just play the 4th one or whatever.
It totally depends on the game series too. Like, the most recent example is I would never tell somebody to go play Monster Hunter 3 when World is coming out tomorrow. You should just play World because it's the easiest one to get into. Like, there are like, you should probably not play Demon Souls either. You should probably start with Dark Souls if you want to start with one of those. Like, there are different things. It totally depends what the genre is, to be honest with you.
And the example I'm thinking of immediately is Assassin's Creed. If someone said, "Hey, I want to play an Assassin's Creed game," I've never played one.
Yeah,
I would definitely say play Origins.
Yeah,
like you'll definitely get more out of like seeing how this evolved if you start at like 1, even if you just play every second one, because there's definitely ones you can skip. But like at this point, it's like there's no way you're gonna make it through all that.
Yeah,
you'd have to just stop playing games for like a year. So just play Origins. And if you like that, then I'll tell you another one to play. It's not going to be as good, but I'll tell you what the next best one is. That'll make sense.
This answer actually is contingent on so many different things. You need to know like what the type of genre is, where that genre really started to flourish, and if it was early 3D, maybe skip that to something more modern. If the person is a video game player, like by trade, I guess, or like a hobbyist, or if they're kind of like a normie, as I keep using that word because I think it's dumb. I love that term. Like, there's so many things you have to actually consider that it's actually a case-by-case basis, I think.
I feel like if they're into games enough to want to go through that,
they would know.
They would kind of know or have an understanding.
Yeah. No, I think
I feel like
truth
inside this question, we're assuming they're a normal. They're person. They're a normal person.
Sure. In that case, I would still say go back to like Symphony of the Night for Metroidvania. Like, again,
What are you thinking, John? You still going back for a normal?
Yeah.
I think I'd still get them to play a recent one.
As long as the thing we're going back to is something that still holds up as well.
Oh,
like, that holds up good.
I thought you were going to say accessible, because that's something we forgot too.
That.
It is way easier to tell somebody to buy something on the console they have, like maybe a Switch or the cell phone, a mobile version of something.
Sure.
Then why don't you find a fucking
like a PS1
PC Engine? I'm sure John has one you could borrow for a weekend if you want. I'll give you his number.
Yeah. You got to find a PlayStation 1. You got to find a TV that has composite cable plugins, and make sure you have a memory card.
Yeah,
that works.
I think accessibility is also a thing that should be really considered here for sure. Because I just realized Symphony of the Night's not really that easy to play right now unless you are a person that has stuff that can play that game.
Yeah, like a 360, or is that on Xbox One backwards compatible?
It's on 360.
It's on 360. I don't think it's on backwards compatible.
Yeah, I have it on the 360. I was just
so if you have a PS3, a 360, you can play it, or if you have a PS1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these answers are hard.
PSP is the answer.
PSP is always the answer. To be fair,
go out, get yourself a PSP.
Yeah, exactly.
UMDs are like tiny CDs.
Yep. Good question though. I like that one.
It is. It's a good question. Yep.
All
right, John, you're up.
All right. Next one comes to us from that was VGC Kenny's. Daniel, with Nintendo's jump to cardboard with Labo, if you could design your own cardboard thing to add to one of the set, what would it be, and what would the game be like? Sword fighting.
Sword's an easy one for sure. Yeah.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I feel like you can get way more creative. Like, they came up with a piano.
That's true.
A sword might as well just be like a longer Joy-Con.
Exercise bike, then.
Okay, just an actual bicycle.
Yeah, no, it's just like a little sit down set of pedals you put at your feet.
Yeah,
but the pedals are the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what game I'm like playing recently that I could do like a stupid peripheral for.
That's a good way to go about this. I guess you could do kind of like a bow and arrow if you like pull back on the Joy-Con.
Just snap the cardboard. Yeah, that'd be pretty good though for one try. I'd like it.
Yeah, attach your Joy-Con to this rubber band.
Yep.
And just shoot it at your left hand.
I like it. Good.
Someone says, what? No cardboard egg? This makes me think I would love if they incorporated like egg holders, the cardboard egg holders in some way. I don't know how you'd incorporate that, but I like the idea of like you needing that style of cardboard box. Man, I'm just like not very creative.
No, me neither. That's why I want Nintendo to just make all the cardboard stuff, because let them worry about it.
Honestly, bike was the most creative, despite being impossible.
No, that's totally possible. Like, it would be like just the pedals. It wouldn't be something that moves.
Just the pedals?
Like, it's just an exercise kind of bike setup.
Okay. And that you can sit on, this cardboard bike.
Have you never heard of pedals where you can just put them at your feet when you're sitting in your chair and just kind of move your legs while you're working?
This is quickly becoming not a bike.
It's still an exercise pedal setup. All right.
Okay. So, all right. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Cardboard hang glider is my favorite.
Yeah.
Cardboard scythe. I'm trying to think of ones that like move though. That are just like.
Yeah.
Something with treads, like a snowmobile.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess they already had kind of that that bike kind of steering one, right?
Yeah, because I was thinking about like a wheel type thing too, but they kind of have that. So, for like driving games.
What if you like put it into like a very tiny cardboard wheel, and then it's like you're holding a steering wheel?
Yeah.
And the bottom screen is a fart button. Mario
Did you just
Kart
describe
9.
Mario Kart 8?
Yeah.
Okay, 9. Never mind.
Well, this is the new one. Yeah, so you have the Switch beside you, and you
Yeah.
can tap the screen if you want to make Wario fart. Otherwise, you got one Joy-Con in the steering wheel. So someone says cardboard keyblade, cardboard guitar. How about something with like a cardboard Beyblade?
Yeah. Okay.
So you just put the Joy-Con vertical in the cardboard thing, and then you kind of dreidel it
Yeah.
against
Okay.
someone else.
Yeah.
And then if you tap the Switch screen, it makes a fart sound.
That's really like the patent right there.
Yeah.
Fart sound patent.
Yeah.
Playful Piano writes in, is our last question.
Yep.
What game would you expect to see in the Switch that others wouldn't expect?
So here's the thing: they did it already at Doom. 'Cause-
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
It's a
Yeah,
good
Doom.
answer. Doom
Hidden
and
My Game by
Wolfenstein.
Mom. I would never have guessed that was going to be on the
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
Despite them changing the name like Monsters so that it actually makes sense.
Yeah. That others wouldn't expect. So what if that new Shadow of the Colossus game is like, surprise, it's also for Switch.
It's also on the Switch.
It's coming out in
Metal
like
Gear
2
Survive.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, these are easy. Halo 6.
There
Wait,
you
is
go.
Halo 6 out? No, 5 is out.
Destiny 2. But only DLC Pack 2.
What if Destiny 4 came out, but we'd never even heard about Destiny 3 yet?
Right.
They're just ahead of the curve.
Yep.
That would be unexpected.
Destiny 4 spelled like, but it's missing like the I, or it's spelled with 2 Y's. That's better.
Yeah. That's
It's
pretty good.
just Destiny 2 again, but obviously looks worse.
Or even better, it doesn't look worse. Somehow they figured it out. Like, they kind of did. Like, I didn't expect Skyrim to be coming to that. Like, they've done this, kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't expect Darkest Dungeon, and that's out.
I didn't expect actual support for the Switch. It might be my actual answer.
Yeah, I'm kind of with
I'd
you.
be surprised if Dream Daddy showed up. Not super surprised, but like, I'd still just be like, huh, all right.
I would kind of like visual novels on that thing. That's, like...
I wish
platform.
Dream
Phoenix
Daddy
Wright.
was on my
Phoenix Wright's
phone.
coming.
Like,
Is it? I didn't actually know that.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember us having like a brief news story about that, which is good because I'm almost caught up. So they got to start translating more of those Japanese only ones over here. And then they can skip the Switch for all I care. Put it on my phone, please.
Yep.
All right. That's it. John, where can people send questions for next week?
Top10perspective@gmail.com, TDP Podcast on Twitter, Top 10 Perspective on Facebook, and my P.O. Box, which is listed on my YouTube and Facebook. So I don't think we listed it on TDP.
No. I mean,
Guess
I
we
keep asking
probably
you to
could.
wear that sticky note on your forehead when we do the shows with your P.O. Box number, but you haven't done it yet. So
Not yet.
maybe
Someday.
next week. What's your games of the week?
Iconoclasts.
Oh, Slay the Spire.
I guess mine's Ace Attorney.
Okay.
I'm playing that. All right, a little bit of housekeeping. The poll for our February game is now live.
Oh, okay.
It's the games we mentioned last week. So you can go and
Yep.
vote on that if you're a Patreon backer for what we will play at the end of next month. And we will be recording our January podcast at the end of this month. We're actually going to do it after next week's episode, not live for obvious reasons, on Dream Daddy. And then that should be going up shortly after that. So if you are a Patreon backer, get ready to listen to us talk about dating all of these dreamy dads.
Yeah. On
Other
that
than
note, also, Monster Hunter World is out. Bitches, go get it. Hit me up. Let's hunt. Let's do it. Oh my god. I mean, tomorrow, when I actually wake up, have a nice breakfast, do some adult things, and then buy the game. Because I'm a fucking adult, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Is that it? We're good?
That's it.
Yep.
That's a podcast. All right. We'll see everybody next week. Thank you for listening.
Bye.